to have a soapbox race in a village with a 150-year-old felt mill and old-fashioned hardware store still in operation. Across the street from the hardware is Phase 2, where the newsletter The O is published. But not before 10 a.m. That time is reserved for coffee with the guys.
This building was, for a long time, the Coke bar, coffee shop, it was a cafe, a number of things. Then it lay dormant for a couple of years, and after I retired from teaching, we decided we wanted to get into something else, and we came in here and formed a small print and copy shop in the middle of Oriskany. We do the paper here too, that we do a monthly newsletter for Oriskany called The O, and we've been doing that for almost 10 years now. I grew up here. I grew up as a kid, and after getting married and moving out of town, I always enjoyed coming back to Oriskany. It's a great little town. When I got the opportunity to come back and work here on a daily basis, I had the best of both worlds. So my cousin decided we should maybe do a newspaper, which I had done before, and we just went ahead and paid the bills with printing and copying and get our chance to write the paper. Well, as my wife said one time, somebody said Dave is part of Oriskany, and she said only in his heart. And I think that holds true for a lot of people in Oriskany. We have people in California that get the paper, Texas, Colorado, Florida, all over the country. And they've told me in emails and letters that it brings them back home for just a little bit, reminds them of a happy time when they were growing up, and it's just, Oriskany doesn't leave your heart. Small town people stay small town people even when you put them in a city.
A visit to Oriskany is not complete without taking a trip down memory lane to one of the landmarks that was there, Trinkus Manor. Do you know how long, remember the Christmas decorations that were put up every year? Do you know how long it took to put them up? When did the owners of Trinkus Manor begin to construct them for the Christmas season? They began on Labor Day.
We met Mr. Trinkus when he stopped in for a short visit with the boys from Oriskany, and we were fortunate enough to have him slow down a bit to talk with us about some of his memories of Trinkus Manor.
We grew up in Five Creek, New York, and my dad always wanted to get in the bar business. So there's a hotel for sale up here in the village of Oriskany, the old Oriskany Hotel. And my dad bought it in 1939. And we moved off the farm and moved to Oriskany in the hotel. The place was for sale down here, the Baker property, which was the Waterbury home at the time. That was for sale. And my dad let my brother Tony know about it, and he came home and said, oh, we got to buy this for a restaurant. He wanted to be a restaurant. He's the only one who knew anything about a restaurant. The rest of us didn't know anything. And so we bought it, and we started the restaurant in 1946, and we never expected it to go as big as it did. But Tony was the one who, was his idea, and he's the one that started it. We never had an architect. If we liked put up a big building, I would take my design down to the sheet metal, not the sheet, the Utica Iron Works, and they would design the proper steel work for it, you know, to have the strength for the roof and all that. And that's how we didn't have to have a engineer's permit in those days, and we designed the whole thing ourselves. The Christmas lights, that started in early 50s, because they used to have training excursions that went to New York. I think something like $5.60 a round trip. And we'd take it on a Sunday morning, and we'd go down there in New York City, and I saw these beautiful lights they had in New York City, like Saks Fifth Avenue and all these. I said, gee, that's great. I'm going to see what we can do there. So we started from there. New York City got us the idea, but I just kept on expanding and expanding, and it was nothing but like building toys. Now I'm still doing it. I'm doing it for the city of Rome.
To visit Trinkus Manor, you don't have to go back just in your memory, because you can relive it all by going to trinkusmanor.com, where there is a website that has pictures and the history of the place, or you can go to our website and link over to it.